I'm Natasha Wilson, Head of Legal at Sun Mobility, and I love SpotDraft. And that's why we're here today. I started this legal team in 2018. I was the first hire. I think I lucked into it. I was quite young, and at 29, starting up a legal team was a big deal. And the company was quite young, but we've always had a strong focus on legal, making sure our contracts are good, and we've ensured protection in all things that we do right from the start. And so setting up a team where I went from 4 or 5 contracts a day to now where we're doing 15 to 20 a day at minimum, we've really scaled up in the last 5 years. Well, I'd like to think that we're having a lot of fun by building new product for mobility in India, but really we're looking to change the electric mobility landscape in the country. And we do this by making electric mobility accessible, affordable, and sustainable for everybody. So behind us, you see our swap stations, where any two-wheeler, three-wheeler that's compatible with it can come and get a fresh battery in like 2 minutes. And that's it. You don't have to wait. You don't have to charge your vehicle for a long time. And you're on the road. You're on the road in 2 minutes time. And we have 600 stations across the country. We're in about 18 cities. We have about 20,000 vehicles that are running on the road. And we reduce carbon emissions by tons and tons and tons every month. So it's a very exciting time to be at Sun Mobility.
We do a lot of advisory work, dispute resolution. We also do a part of the IP portfolio management. The idea behind getting SpotDraft was so that we can allow the business team to be more independent and reduce the amount of hand-holding that the legal team had to do. So currently we use SpotDraft for all our volume contracts, so our customer contracts, supply agreements. NDAs, something that we execute like 6 or 7 probably every day. We use it for collaborating on documents across teams. Templatization, which was very important for us, we use it for that. And something that is very specific to the legal team and which is very helpful is the clause repository. So yeah, those are the things we use SpotDraft for.
Life before SpotDraft was different and the challenges were different. And now it's made life a bit more simplified for our teams and everybody else because it brings some structure into their day. They know when things are coming in, there's a single source of truth. We know what we need to do first, and resource allocation becomes easier. It helps my teammates go home at 6:30, I really hope. One of the first things that I really enjoyed about the SpotDraft pitch to us was just how hands-on everyone was, how excited everybody was to talk about this amazing solution that you guys have built. And that kind of is the same kind of energy you find in Sun Mobility. We're really excited about, our product and what it can do and how it's going to change life for somebody. And I think it was just the accessibility. It was great, like customer support, and which is something I don't know if people are talking about that, but that's something that really drew me to this because it felt very helpful. The design was really clean. I really enjoyed that there wasn't a lot of clutter. What I really love about the SpotDraft solution is now our business teams are self-serve. And they can go ahead and initiate a contract, send it out to their counterparts, and pretty much not involve the legal team unless there's some significant change that they need to make to the document.
We have multiple products as such. So we have multiple agreements also in place. So earlier when we had to get an agreement done, we had to approach the legal team, explain them how the whole process, get them onto the similar page, and then get an agreement drafted through them. Now, we know what are the different agreements for. We can take it up further from there in SpotDraft, select the agreement that we want and put it out. So previously what used to take me a day or two because either I'm not available or the legal is not available, we had to get a time to do it. So it takes a day plus for us to get a document. Now it's become much more easier because I have it in my hand. I know what I'm doing. I pick up the agreement that I want to do and I am done. So it takes like 5-10 minutes for me to finish off the whole process. So that has kind of helped us because in sales, basically, it is time that all matters.
So For me, it's very easy to track existing deals with SpotDraft. So every day I log into SpotDraft and check out the contract workflow and see whatever that's pending. The user interface is cutting edge. It's very easy to tag important clauses and generate the required results in SpotDraft. So what I've noticed is that so when it comes to joining a new company, the technology, it might be difficult for us to grasp the existing technology that is used, but SpotDraft has made it sure that that the onboarding process is made very easy and very smooth.
In SpotDraft, it is very easy to review the contracts. You can see who has initiated the contract, who has edited last. When you finish your edits, other people will get to know, they get a notification that you have finished editing so they can share it with counterparty. So it has made the process very easier rather than exchanging emails, going back and forth again and again.
The best thing I love about SpotDraft is their notification feature. I don't have to manually go to each contract and check what is the status of each contract and what is the business user doing. So whatever is happening in that particular contract, we'll get a mail for it, and that saves our time basically.
Yeah, it sort of empowered the business teams also, because they can use something as simple as the compare feature, right? Where the business team themselves can use that feature, know exactly if there are any silent changes or not. That's the whole idea of having SpotDraft, because it's easy to use and the user interface is customer friendly, right? So that really helped, because if the business teams can sort of manage themselves, it just helps the legal team to focus more on the actual review and negotiation.
Because in a business like ours, where you're signing up customers every hour, every day, you're signing up dealerships, you're doing leases, time is really important. So if they need something done immediately and you're not being able to give them the time, it immediately affects your revenue and bottom line. So this is a great way for them to start doing things at scale and volume and faster. So the reason to choose SpotDraft is that it's built by lawyers and they have a certain amount of empathy and compassion for what we do, which I don't think anybody else brings to the game, because they understand what it's like to be in the trenches, getting through your day without having this one more thing that you have to do. So it's really helpful.